Hey everybody. I haven't done videos in a while and I apologize for that. I have been in and out of the hospital with my dad, and me and my dad have always been really close, and I'm his, we lived together since his heart problem last May. I started doing all the driving, and we're like that. That's it pretty much for us. So this December 24th, he had his sigmoid colon taken out. They had found a mass because he had lost a lot of blood. And they took out the sigmoid colon. The doctor came out and told me, I've seen cancer. It just doesn't look like cancer. And I thought, oh, good. Okay. Well, we didn't know exactly what it was. They did the biopsy on it. Dad was in the hospital for 2 days after the surgery. He came in and told me that it was cancer and that it could have seeded off into other areas. Well, my dad has decided, through the great salesmanship of that doctor, which me and him had a few words on that, he did a great job in selling chemo, radiation to my dad. He said it might just be chemo. I don't care. He said it could be a pill. He made it sound so easy. Things have changed so much since my mom died in 1980. And the symptoms that you get from chemo are not as severe as what you used to get, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. My dad bit it like a bass, hook, line, and sinker. And he wants to do chemo. And of course I interjected and said, let's get you on 90 days of grapes. I'll do it with you. I'll juice them, we'll eat them, whatever. Grapes, grapes, grapes. Let's get that in you. I make my own tinctures from Dr. Morris's, well, he's already put all the herbs together that are tissue specific and glandular specific, and he gives us out those recipes. So for almost a year now, I have been following those recipes, and I have become quite the tincture maker, and I love it. And got a little stash put away, and that's what I use because I'm poor and I can't afford all the doc's great herbs and tissue specific herbs, I should say. So I thought, I've got this, we can do this. I've changed everything in my health, body, mind, and spirit, folks. It detoxes body, mind, and spirit. You're not just going to detox your health as far as the body. You're going to change everything in the mind because you're getting your glands up. You're getting everything functioning properly. And then your spirit. I did not know anything about conscious awakening, which I'm going to hit that on another video, but wow. Okay, I am probably not all awake, I know that, but I have had a conscious awakening, and it has been absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so Friday, which will be the 27th of February, I'm taking my dad to his first chemo appointment. Can't steer him from that because he can't do grapes. He says I can't. I hear that a lot from people. Nobody wants to take personal responsibility. Detox is all about personal responsibility. You have to do the work. You can have people facilitate. You can have people consult. You can have people there for you. People text me. I answer back. Why do I feel this way? What is this? What should I do? What's the next herb? What's the next thing I should be hitting? That's what detox specialists are there for. But in reality, guys, detox is about you having enough of the pharmaceuticals, having enough of the doctor visits, being in pain, can't think, can't move. I've been there. You guys saw my old videos. I've been there. I feel great. I have a little bit of a cold, which is normal. And then this cold isn't even as severe as what I used to feel because I got off dairy. It's pretty simple. Get off dairy. You're not mucus making. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's the update on that, and that's why I haven't made videos, and I've kind of just been in my own little world. Now, while Dad was in the hospital, I took my detox specialist course from Dr. Morris's International School, and I passed with a 91%, which, going through all that, still detoxing a little, not to the severity of most of the other videos you guys have seen where it just seems like it's all doom and gloom and horrible and oh my God, I just don't even want to deal with that, you know. I feel fantastic. I feel fantastic. I wanted to show you guys some proof. So you're not just going, oh, you're full of hoola, you just want to make money off of me, which I haven't made any money off anybody. I have sent many tinctures, many superfood blends to people free. If somebody says I need help, I jump. So I'm not about the money. I truly have found something that works. I'm one of those people that I have to see it. I have to put it in motion for myself before I would ever tell somebody, this works, you got to do it. I don't take people's words for it. I don't work that way. I have to see it myself. And so I put it to work on me, okay? I have lost tons of weight. Me and my kids are going to sit down and figure it out. My son told me that one time, because I still went to the gym sick. I went to the gym, I would spend 4 hours. I was so unconscious that, you know, I was probably thinking a lot and just kind of, and I would walk on the treadmill. And I work out hard. I mean, I had a lot of what I thought was great muscle. Toned legs. I was a big girl. My son thinks that he saw the scale say 300. I don't remember getting that high. I remember 289, somewhere around there. So we're about an 11-pound off difference. So we're going to sit down and talk about the weight with my kids and figure out. Right now, I am at 215. And I was at 212 the other day. So I'm kind of fluctuating in between there. And that happens a lot in detox. You're going to fluctuate. And then I'm working on my adrenal glands. I'm working on my parathyroid because when you drop a lot of weight, your skin is going to start to hang. This, my arms, this right here was down to here. And that is no lie. I really should have taken pictures of that, but I didn't want to. But it was bad. You know, I've continued working out. There was last summer, I went 2 months without working out because I agreed with Dr. Morris, which I do agree with most of what his work's phenomenal. I've got some tweaks in my detox, but for the most part, I stay strictly with Dr. Morris's work. And you absolutely have not made your muscle on a good foundation if you've done it with proteins. Any proteins. Whey protein, soy protein, I don't care. Meat, like some people, I'm dealing with a couple people right now, and I can't give up my meat. That's my protein. It's going to build the six-pack. It's going to build all these great muscles, abdominal muscles. I lost all my muscle detoxing, and my skin was hanging, and I just, I'd get a little depressed and sad, but then I thought to myself, I really don't care at this juncture because last year I couldn't walk. I would get stuck in bed and have to call my son in, and he would have to pull me, and in pain, I would allow him to pull me out of bed. I was stuck. My muscles would lock up, and I was in so much freaking pain, you guys, so much pain. I just got to the point where, like, I'm feeling better, my skin's hanging, I've lost muscle, I'm dropping weight, which I'll tell you what, you go into this dropping weight, you're going to find that ends up being like the least thing that you're detoxing for. It's just an added benefit. So I went to the chiropractor that I hadn't seen for probably 2 years, I think. I would say about 2 years. And he has all these little gadgets, and he does these gadgets on your neck, and he checks motion. So you're doing this motion, and you go dink, and you go dink, and he's got it all computerized. It's called MyoVision Multi-Scan Report. Now, he said to me, what are you doing? How did you accomplish what you have accomplished? And I said, I'm detoxing. Which, the word detox has been so overly used, just like the word natural and organic, that I almost don't like the word detox, because people think you're detoxing alcoholism, which you can do that with this detox. But it's just taken on a different form than detoxing with the foods, with your diet. Getting off the SAD diet, Sad American diet, and eating the right foods, taking the tissue-specific herbs, taking the glandulars, which a lot of people are against, and they trip, and they're like, it's made out of what? The glandulars that we get are from Australia. And And you need to look them up, and you need to get educated, because the glandulars, in my case, were an absolute necessity. I was so toxic, and I know I was close to death. So on the MyoVision multi-scan, it's going to show all the nerve functions. Let me see if I can do both hands here. So you got all of the nerve functions, okay? And I'll pull that up a little bit so you can see it. And it shows your cranial, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and your sacral. And this affects the blood supply to the head, your scalp, your bones, brain, base of skull, eyes, ears, nose, sinuses, mouth, tongue, vocal cords, tonsils, neck, muscles, shoulders, elbows, arms, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, esophagus, heart. Think about that. Bronchial tubes, chest, breast, gallbladder, liver, diaphragm, stomach, pancreas, spleen, kidneys, small intestines, uterus, appendix, large intestines, buttocks. Growing, reproductive organs, bladder, colon, upper legs, thighs, knees, prostate gland, sciatic nerve, lower legs, ankle, feet, arches, toes, and the rectum. Okay, it shows all the symptoms that people will have, which, you know, like hearing problems, skin problems, sinuses problems, allergies, runny nose, sore throat, tonsillitis, hoarseness, laryngitis, chest pains, bronchitis. I'm not going to go through them all. Blood, sugar problems, kidney conditions, gas pains, chronic fatigues, bed sweating, night sweats. Okay. Oh, poo. Let me grab this. So this was me in 2011. You see all those long black lines? Okay. Now you know when I tell you about the nerves and everything, what you see right there, that is horrible, folks. Horrible. Range of motion was down to barely anything. High inflammation. I was seriously acidic. That was 2011. When I started this detox in 2013-ish, 2014, I could barely walk. I couldn't hardly move. I was in constant pain. They had me on hydros. I was terrified of hydros, but I took them because I was in so much pain, and that's the road you go down. I was on over 13 medications. I had panic attack disorder, chronic fatigue, IBS, OCD, borderline personality disorder, chronic anxiety. You get the picture, okay? I was going to counseling, seeing psychiatrists, trying to get disability, waited 5.5 years, did not get disability. The reason for that, they say, is because my doctors and my counselors' notes did not match. 5.5 years. I was almost at death's door. I had had a surgery in 2012, I believe it was. And they took out my cervix, my uterus, and they almost took both of my ovaries. And I thought I needed to keep my ovaries. Thought I was being smart about that one. Which, after your uterus and cervix is gone, there is no point in the ovaries anymore. I had softball size on my cyst. He said it was about that big. He said it was one of the biggest ones he'd ever seen. I knew my lymphatic system was a mess. And when I was growing up, I always thought of the word lymphoma because my mom died of lymphoma. And, you know, from 1980 to 97, it bothered me that nobody ever really discussed the lymphatic system. And I knew there had to be more there, but it was just never discussed. Dr. Morris is so phenomenal on explaining the lymphatic system, and I highly recommend that you watch the lymphatic system series that Dr. Morse, M-O-R-S-E, has put up. Okay, let's do that again because I start talking. This is the before. Okay. Then I went in November 19th, 2014 at 11:14 a.m. This is my after. See the black lines? That's well over 50% fix. Well over 50% changed over. I don't know. I worked in an herb store for a while. We weren't allowed to ever use the word cure because that's not for, because we have to choose our words wisely or we'll get in trouble. But since this is my body, I'm going to say the word cure. I'm curing all the things that I would have died from. That's my before. That's my after. And I'll pull it out. Make sure you can see the lighting. Don't see much, do you? Did I fix it 100% yet? No. Do I still have pain? I would have told you in October, I think my fibromyalgia is like 90% gone. Winter hit, been hurting. I've been hurting, some days are worse than others. Definitely not even remotely close to what I was feeling before. Not even close. I wanted to do this update video because I have a couple friends in my life and family, and I can't, because I eat mostly raw, and lately, I've been eating a little bit of crap food, which I know I'm going to get right back on it. I do, usually. I'll kind of go down. It's only happened a couple of times in the last year and a half, and then I jump right back on, because I don't want to be sick. I've been treated badly in many cases. I'm looked at as stuck up because I eat raw. Don't get that one. I'm looked at as odd, different. Guys, if you knew me before and you know me now, you should be hugging me and kissing me and saying, I want that joy, I want that peace in my life. What did you do? People should be running to people like us who have learned how to fix our bodies and minds and should say, I want that. I am not taking any psychotropic drugs. I have gotten off of so many psychotropic drugs. Paxil was the hardest drug to get off of. I would have to literally, when I got myself down to a half a pill, and then I would try to go a couple of days, I would hear popping in my head and clicking and clacking, and it was just horrible. So I'd have to take a half, and it would get me through another couple of days. I literally had to tether off, whatever the word is, I can't think of it right now, off of Paxil. It took months. That was the hardest drug for me to get off of. And I was on many. I was on Wellbutrin, Paxil, I'm not going to remember all of them. I should have wrote it down, but was it Flexerol, Zantac, Prilosec. Trying to think of the mental drugs, because I was on like 6 or 7 of the mental drugs. But it doesn't matter. They either made me gain a lot of weight, they made me cry all the time, they made me sleepy all the time. I never felt joy. I never felt peace. I never saw a future. Nobody offered me a future. Nobody said, yes, we've diagnosed you with all these things, and coming in and talking to us is going to fix it all. It didn't. I ended up being one of those people that ran the groups. The teacher would ask my opinion of things. I never got anything out of the groups. If anything, I took on other people's emotions because I'm an empath and I didn't know that. I knew energy was a big thing for me because I used to always tell my kids, your energy is just crazy right now. And I always use the word mellow out. Got to mellow out. And I never knew why I was like that, but I just couldn't handle people's energy. If people cried around me, I'd cry. And I would carry that. If somebody was hurting around me, I would carry that with me for a long time. Anger, all of it. And most people, I think, that have mental illnesses will find that they are probably empaths. And then you're getting fed all these drugs, so then you can't think, you can't barely work. And then if you try to get on disability, for the most part, most of us don't. I have a lot of issues with one judge making a decision over that whole thing. That's 5.5 years of no income, still no income. I'm at 6.5 years, still no income. And I still have to detox. Why I try to start a business to teach other people how to detox that don't want to change their food. And straight up, detox, you have to change what you're putting in your body to get out the bad and make everything work right. And with all the chemicals that's dumped on us every single day from the sky, it's in our water, it's in our soil, it's in our plants, it's in our food. There's no such thing as organic anymore. So if you go to the store and you're like, oh, I'm buying organic food, think about it. Bees pollinate all crops, wind blows, weather happens, and they're spraying organic and they're spraying the non-organic. And even in your meat, the cows are eating on the ground. And then the cows get injected with hormones. And then your kids are getting vaccinated. And you've probably been vaccinated. And vaccination war right now is huge. Like, people just really believe that their vaccinations are clean and that everybody should be vaccinated. It's crazy. Your vaccinations are not clean. I watched a video, it's right there on YouTube, from Merck. M-E-R-C-K, from the 1940s. It tells you how polio vaccinations weren't even clean and what they contaminated them with. Look it up. One thing I can say about social sites and internets and Wi-Fi and everything, besides the fact that they're affecting my sleep, and I'm going to take everything out of my bedroom now. My TV's going, the cable box is going, not keeping my cell phone in my room because I have worked on my pineal gland. My pineal gland is up and running and I'm still having problems sleeping. So I research everything. I listen to people that I don't even like half the time because I know that somewhere in there I might find a piece of gold. That's your information. Something that resonates with you and you go, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. Excuse that word. I didn't even think that, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense to me. At 3 a.m. all over the world, everything is getting hit with data. So at 3 a.m., your body is not getting restful sleep for however long. And for me, if I get woke up, it takes me forever to go back to sleep if I ever do. I mean, I have to have complete silence. So there's many things that we're being hit with. You've got to detox. Detox is the golden key. Period. It's the only thing that is going to make you feel happy and hopeful for a future. Stop vaccinating your kids. Stop bringing that chemical world into your body as much as possible because there's no way we can do it 100%. And detox. Yes, you're going to have to eat raw fruit. You're going to have to eat raw veggies. You're going to have to take personal responsibility and take on that discipline and want something better for yourself. We've been taught to eat Taco Bell. We've been taught to eat McDonald's. I drive around and I see my friends and my kids even. It's so convenient, mom or friend, to stop and get all this food. I don't have to cook. I'm really busy. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I think to myself, yeah, I do spend time washing all my veggies. I do spend time peeling and washing fruits. But the benefits, look at me. If you look at my fibromyalgia video, and then look at this video. Look at me. I mean, look at me. My teeth are still a little crooked from the detox because I'm still detoxing. I don't have gobble neck anymore. My arms are still a little, see that? That literally, I'm not even kidding, it was that bad. It was horrible. I had bat wings. That's what my kids said. Mom, you got bat wings. My son's girlfriend, which you've seen in videos, Mo, she showed me a picture on her phone, which I'll put on the end of this video. I'll try to. And my face, I was tanning back then. I'm not hardly even tanning anymore. My face is white, almost gray looking. It's really big. I've got like layers of skin all over my neck and I'm all broke out. I was probably about 250 pounds then because I had dropped some weight. You know, like I told you, I did my own try to be raw for a year, which I really sucked at by myself. But so I had dropped some pounds on my own before I started doing this detox. There is a friend of mine who does videos, and he said it's so perfect in his videos because he promotes fermented dairies and stuff, and I can see where he's coming from on some of his stuff, because more gallons from the chemtrails, and we do have the gut brain, and you've got to have your gut working right. And you're so scared of bacteria that you're killing off all the bacteria, when in reality, bacteria is your friend in most cases. So stop being scared of bacteria and look that up. You know, take the time, even 30 minutes a day, and get some information. There's so much information out there that there's no reason for any of us to suffer anymore. And yes, there's scary stuff. I put up scary stuff every day on social sites to wake people up. But there's hope, and you can see it in me. I mean, I'm just a woman that lives in Arkansas. I lease a house. I have a small family. I go to the gym, and I take care of my dad. There's nothing special about any of that, right? And I have changed my whole life because I took personal responsibility. I took on the discipline. Now I meditate, and I never did that before, because in Christianity, I was taught meditation was of the devil. I was taught that chakras, and talking about chakras, that's the devil. I mean, there has been so much disinformation implowed in me by the education system, by my family's generations of beliefs, by religion, that it has really screwed my brain up. And I've had to learn how to get all that out and truly forgive and love and actually be what everybody says that they are, but they're not really practicing, I guess, whatever. Practice, meditate, discipline yourself. Want to eat fruits. Love what you're doing. Enjoy the fruits. Look what I'm drinking. I took a whole lemon, added it in my osmosis water, a bigger jar. And then I always have my Heal All tea made, always. Heal All tea has been a daily forever. I douche it when I feel the cysts are back because I'm not completely detoxed. My lymphatic system is not completely cleaned out. So my body is still doing the cyst issue. So I'll douche for 2 weeks if I have to. I always make my tea like a light brown color. And this one is full of lemon. I love it. I'm not miserable eating raw. It's not... Oh, God. I gotta eat watermelon this morning. I want a watermelon so bad. It's February, and I want watermelon so bad. It's my favorite. But the oranges are rocking. I'm eating my oranges, You guys can do this if I can do this. Because I'm nobody special, okay? I mean, we're all special in God's eyes. But, there's nothing about me that you can't look at and go, you know what? I can totally relate to her. I am just common folk. And I did it. And I'm still doing it. And you guys are going to see even more changes in me. But I wanted to share my update video with you because in most of my videos, I've had to talk about all the healing crises. And oh my God, this is what I'm going through. And it has been really, really difficult. There was times where I just thought, man, when is this going to end? The hives, especially. The staph infection, the streptococcus that was coming out. And it was all diagnosed. It definitely was streptococcus coming out, which will trip a lot of people out. It was staph coming out. And I remember something about MRSA, but I can't say for sure. But I remember hearing something about MRSA, but I don't remember if that was, I think MRSA and staph are connected, but I don't remember. So I'm not going to go there. But you guys see the changes I've made. That's on paper. That is proof. It's not my word. It is actually documented. And my chiropractor's like, I got to know what you're doing. I'm like, I eat raw. And I take tissue-specific herbs and glandulars. And then, of course, he wanted me to go on isolates. He wanted to put me on iodine and do this and do that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I know what I need to do. And that's what you need to do. You need to become strong in your knowingness. When you see change like this, when you know and you feel that you've done for your body all this, you want nothing more than to tell everybody, which a lot of people tend to get mad. They don't give a crap. They don't care if they feel like crap. I'm working on that. I don't know how to get through to folks. you shouldn't want to feel like crap, and you shouldn't feel like, oh, I got to go to work today and it's just so horrible. And I don't even remember taking my kids to school today. And well, for lunch, let's just get some pizza. That's not living. You guys need to want to live. I didn't want to live, but there was a spark in me that said, this is ridiculous. If you ain't going to live for a couple more years, do you want to live like this? You know? So what? You got to eat raw while you detox. Once you get your detox done, and it's a for sure thing that you are detoxed, as long as you don't go back to dairy, I don't care what you eat. But you must detox your bodies. You must learn discipline. You must take self-responsibility for everything that you're doing in your life. And I guarantee you're going to be more happy, more joyful. You're going to have more peace in your life. You're going to look at the whole world and see God in everything. You're going to look at every person and see God in everything. I walk in the store now and I'm smiling. I never did that before. I was the most intimidating person. I'm 5'11". I'm not a little person. And I would walk in the grocery store like, yeah, get out of my way. You know, I'm Brighty. Get out of my way, I'm going to kick your butt. Not saying that, but just that was my energy I gave everybody. Because I didn't want anybody to muck with me. I really just wanted to be left alone. I had kids to take care of, single mom and taking care of my dad. Had land to take care of. Guys, I was sick and I was tired and I almost wanted death just to go somewhere else. I didn't want to be me anymore. I didn't even like myself. And I used to always tell my kids, well, why would anybody love me anyways? And so they got that. They were like, yeah, why would anybody want to love her, you know? That self-talk is another thing. You have to take personal responsibility for everything. Your self-talk, your discipline, your meditation. Don't be scared of meditation, by the way. I've been a Baptist Christian my whole life. There is nothing bad about meditating. Know thyself. It's in the Bible. Know thyself. Meditating is you going into yourself and finding peace. There's nothing bad about that. Anyways, this video is 32 minutes, longer than what I wanted to do, but I think I put some information in there, hopefully some words in there that you think, you know, I really think I need to check these words out. Check them out, you know, check out Common Core, check out glyphosates, I hope I pronounced that right, check out chemtrails, check out all the aluminum and the mercury in the chemtrails, and check out what mercury does to you and what aluminum does to you and how the accumulation in the body. I mean, there's so many things that you need to know. Don't vaccinate your kids, guys. Those vaccinations are not clean. They are full of additives. They are full of all kinds of dirty little secrets to, you know, really make your kids even sicker than what we got. I think that now, by the time kids are 17, they're up to 33 shots. Yeah. And then if the kids go in the military, I think it's hundreds. And then they give them like, well, let's check this out, see what this does to this group of military soldiers. So, you know, start being mindful and become conscious of what's going on around you. And find people like me who have learned how to detox, done it to themselves, and can, you know, consult you and help you on detox, because there is no other way to find health. You have to detox. I honestly can say through 8 years of research, I have not found one thing that will detox all the crap, the pollutants and the bad foods and everything and the vaccinations the way this has. And it's basically taking personal responsibility. You will be taking some pills. You will be putting some odd tasting tinctures in your orange juice or whatever juice. You will be doing that 3 times a day. You will be changing behaviors, and you will be changing mindsets, and you will wake up, and then you're going to really start questioning stuff, and you're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I see that before? Because you were sick. You guys are sick. I'm sick. We're waking up. It's a good thing. So, anyways, I have to go take care of my father, but I love you all very, very much, and I hope that this video